Thou protest too much, methinks. Others have already highlighted how often you protest the witch hunt and have wondered if it is because you have something to hide. I, too, have had that same nagging question circulating, especially since there is almost not a day that goes by that you do not rail against the investigation. In spite of your assertion that you would stop mentioning it, that reprieve was short-lived at best. Day after day, your constant rant, Mr. President, is that there is no collusion and the investigation is all fake. This makes any thinking adult wonder if there is something you are trying to hide by your constant protest. I have no doubt that your assertion of no collusion is accurate, although not for the reasons you profess. Collusion connotes intent to coordinate, which I think would have been impossible given the disorganized state of your campaign. I'm not sure you had a coordinated strategy someone or some entity could have colluded with in bringing down your opponents. In fact, that may have been one of the things which undermined the other candidates' attempt to gain the upper hand. They could not figure out what you were doing and therefore never could gain an advantage. Having said that, there is no denying the fact that you invited others, particularly WikiLeaks and the Russians, to undermine your opponent's campaign. Your stump speeches were chock full of such solicitations. But this is not evidence of collusion, just naivete, ignorance, and gall. Therefore, I wonder if your protests have another motive. I wonder if they are trying to hide something, not just what everyone thinks. Maybe you are aware of collusion or coordination or conspiracy, or maybe even something more sinister. But more likely, you don't know, but don't want anyone searching because you know they will find things you don't want them to know. It would seem that you are hiding something and maybe trying to protect someone. It is obvious that the only ones you really care about protecting are your children, particularly your namesake. So my guess is that they did something, or you suspect they, or more probably he, did something. The odds are that if, in fact, it is discovered that your progeny was involved in some kind of backroom shenanigans, again, it will be because they were and are naive or ignorant. I doubt they knew what they were doing or the repercussions of the things they were doing. They were used. They were played by experts. You know it, or at least suspect it, and don't want the world to know how gullible your family has been. All of this to say that the cover-up is a face-saving ploy so that those around you, your supporters, and the world at large won't know who you really are. Unfortunately for you, the cat is out of the bag, and everyone already knows that the emperor has no clothes.